morning, family. This is Ricky, and welcome to Hope for Today. Happy Thursday. It's the 2nd of May of the year of our Lord, 2024. Hope you're having a good week, especially this week at Hope for Today, because it is all about Faith Week at Hope for Today. Oh, man. I hope someone's laughing on the other side of that camera. It's all about Faith Week. We're talking about our faith in God, how often God kind of allows us to get stuck in some corners in our life. We got to make a choice. Are we going to walk in faith or cower in fear? And so it's incumbent upon you and I as believers that when God has us in a situation where our resources won't cut it, our intellect won't cut it, our know-how, our connections won't cut it, our faith in God always cuts it to His glory. If you're going through something, God says, trust me, walk in faith. I want to come from Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5 that says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him and He will make straight your paths. There was a gospel choir where I grew up that wrote a song based on this passage. It went like this: I will trust in the Lord with all of my heart and lean not to my own understanding. In all of my ways I'll acknowledge Him and He will direct thy path. Anyways, I just thought of that as I was reading that passage. But Solomon here is calling us to trust in God and not in us, in our way of doing things. And I want to encourage you in your faith that it is often the ball game when we're going through our situations. When you're under pressure, when you're afraid, when times are desperate, when the situation is serious, everything in you just says, do whatever it takes to put the fire out. But when we're talking about the economy of God's kingdom, almost always the thing that you think you should do and the thing that you feel compelled to do is quite honestly not the thing you should do a lot of times in God's kingdom. God's an opposite God. God's a countercultural God. And often faith means moving your heart and mind away from what everyone else says is conventional and makes perfect sense. Can I get an Abraham, go up to the mountain to sacrifice your son witness? God's way is not our way. The good news, though, is that we never have to be confused about that. If we're in God's word, the Spirit is on the inside of us. He's whispering to us His perfect will. But just know this, if you're in that situation where you're having to trust God and the things you're trying aren't working and aren't gaining any ground and aren't giving you any peace, maybe God is saying, turn away from that way and listen to the Spirit and trust in the Lord with all your heart. Jim Burns, a wonderful family pastor and minister and scholar, gives wisdom to dads and moms who have older children who are now grown. And he says, even though they're making decisions you wouldn't approve of, and it looks like their decisions are making them to take a turn for the worse, the older parent with the older kid's job is to shut your mouth and leave the welcome mat out. The idea is that for 25 years, everything told you, say something, do something because you were the parent. But now that they're grown, shut your mouth and keep the welcome mat open. In other words, trust that God knows how to do with them what you yourself can't. God is often an opposite God. You're going through a crux right now. It's hard. Kids have lost their ever-loving minds. Man, the job situation, man, it's just numbers aren't up and to the right. Something going on with the family and things are just on dire straits. God may be saying, you know what you normally would have done in this situation, I want you to trust me that my way is better. So I want you to walk in peace, walk in encouragement, and let God be God while you trust Him to be God and lean not to your own understanding. And that's Hope for Today. I'll see y'all next time.